All right, Archero 2, the Angler's Bounty is back, and if you have any gems on you right now, this is something you're going to want to spend on these fishing lures. We can purchase 1,000 of these things with gems, and they are going to cost 150 each, but the main reason you want to go after this is a great spot to get those etched runes. So just a quick recap on this, you can go and do ×1, ×2, ×5, ×10, might even be more than that, but I always do ×10 on this. Once we go and hit that cast button on it, you'll see the meter bouncing back and forth. We really want to make sure we hit that perfect area. That's going to be that tiny little sliver of, I believe, a lighter green on it there. So once this thing's cast, it's just a matter of reeling this thing in. And if you do let the fish get past 125 meters, you will break the line. You can use 50 gems to go and try to recast it, but I would say hang on to those broken lines because we can cash them into the shop. Now you will see 3 colors on your screen. Green, you could pretty much hold the button down all the time, no problem. Yellow, that meter will slowly increase. But the red ones, be careful because that's going to ping that thing real fast, and if you do ping it all the way, similar to the 125 meters, that will also snap the lines. For every fish you have, that'll have a kilogram weight to it, and every additional fish you grab after that will add to that total weight. If you look down the bottom right, that's where you're going to see your next goal. This is going to be either we're going to be getting a new fishing pole, which will equip automatically, or it'll take you to the next world. Also, make sure you're going up to that aquatless up there. This is going to be after you collect every single fish in that area. You can go up here and just claim some wishing coins. Depending on how much weight you have from catching fish, there is ranking rewards where you can go and get gems based by your ranking. And if I remember correctly, as we get further into this event, you're going to get more gems as the days go on. Meaning that the first day, first place reward might only be 100 gems, but by the time day 3 comes around, it could be something more like 500 gems. Now, if you didn't save up a bunch of gems, there still is the task to get your lures out of the game that way. If you are going to choose to spend money though, and you do get one of the packs that's going to give you a new fishing pole, this will not increase the chances of you getting legendary fish or better fish. It's just going to make it easier on that whole meter thing that's, climbing up as you're trying to catch it. If you don't go end up in hitting that perfect shot, I'd say at first, let that line break. We can go and use those broken lines to go and turn them in the exchange shop to get the equivalent amount of lure. So pretty much it's like a free turn with them. Another thing you want to make sure you're doing is using those silver tickets to purchase more lures inside the exchange shop. It may not seem like it's worth it at first, but believe me, this is going to help you get further in, and eventually those fish will give more silver tickets, so it is going to pay off in the long run. I'd say hold off on using any of those silver tickets until later on, until at least you get to that 32,400. It is possible to go and get these etched runes. And if you haven't gotten a weapon one yet, or even try to get to legendary, the weapon one is probably the best thing you can go for. The premium ones, those are going to be a little bit trickier to get, being that you need to get 16 of the legendary. So if you aren't using a lot of gems, this can be a struggle. I was pretty close the other times where I did spend money on these events, and it was pretty close. I did have to kind of go and spend to get those last couple of ones. So I would say don't rely so much on the golden tickets as much as you should for the silver ones. I'd also say that it might not be a bad idea if you do have a little bit of silver left over after getting the actual epic one to go and grab one of the rare etched runes. We just saw this event pop up about a month and a half ago, and 3 of these things will eventually go and turn into an epic, so it might be worth your while to pick one up that way. But in my opinion, this is probably one of the best events we could have in Archero 2, so I'm going to be dumping into this, fishing away, and seeing what I can get. But if you want to see my struggles on chapter 69, which was just absolute hell, take a look at this video right here. Thanks for watching, and remember, I pick my butt.